9 was kind of more fantastical, magical, black mages and flying ships built on steam power and stuff.
I don't think I've
pretty
played
cool.
9.
I like it. It's quite good.
I think I got so upset with 8, I just gave up.
It was really disappointing. 8.
Yeah. There's
Couldn't get
something.
into it.
I played it and I still completed it, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I just never went back. What do you think to the upcoming Final Fantasy MMO?
It looks kind of cool, but I've had my time with MMOs. I played WoW for about 6 months or 9 months, and I feel like I did everything that you can do in an MMO. It's such a social experience. The game doesn't really matter too much to me. So if I had a bunch of friends who were going to play it, I'd consider it, but other than that, it just looks like another MMO. Sorry.
See, now, the one thing I think that could cripple me in my games thing, and I have seen a few release videos of this, is the Elder Scrolls Online.
Right, yeah.
Are you a Skyrim man?
I played Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. I haven't played the older ones, older than that, but I love those games.
Do you
Although
think...
I did start to feel that Skyrim, after about 20 hours in, I started to notice the pattern that I was basically playing a single-player World of Warcraft. So
yeah, it did come out, didn't it, after a little while?
yeah.
I like Skyrim, and I also like the videos I've seen of the Elder Scrolls Online, so this podcast may come to an abrupt end, Rob.
I can see that happening.
Look, I'm not knocking your flavour and taste in games. I'm just there came a point when you started to realise that some of the mechanics were a bit smoke and mirrory. It wasn't all new and shiny, and patterns started to emerge very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I got Skyrim on release for my Xbox. I even came across a few bugs in it as well, which I'm not going to lie, fucked me off drastically.
Oh.
Is it when you say Skyrim, do you mean Oblivion?
No, I mean Skyrim. I know the ones I found on Oblivion, which we've talked about before, but there was one in Skyrim where you get to the top of the mountain and you have to fight the dragon for the first time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Couldn't kill him. Couldn't do any damage to him whatsoever. I literally was at it for an hour, thinking, this ain't happening. Shit ain't going down. And I was just Googling bloody YouTube videos and cheats and stuff, and eventually I came across people who were having problems with it. It was a glitch in the game, but you just couldn't kill him sometimes. Okay, well, I accept that. I exited out and did it 3-4 times, and eventually I got through it, and I think after that it just decayed, because... You know, you've got the story to follow, which is all lovely, but then I'll just rob a horse and go wandering, which is basically what I generally did.
Yep.
And I found some, shrines to gods and that, and I got some of these really fantastical weapons. One was a sword that was good for killing zombies. That was just a temple I found in the middle of nowhere.
I think I got that one, yeah.
And the other one was the Mace of Malagbal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's some there's some
soul.
insane weapons in that.
But
to do
it's
with
not part of the story.
The demons.
Yeah, but none of this is part of the story.
There's a quest you can do that actually you need that weapon for, I think.
Oh, is there?
There's not the main story.
The problem with... I once called it a problem. Perhaps it's just kind of a facet of the game design. But the main story is a distraction from the game. Or the world, and that's in some ways my problem with this game or these games, is that the storyline becomes secondary to the world you're working, which in some ways is brilliant, but in other ways it detracts from what you're trying to do. And believe it or not, sometimes I appreciate a bit of linearity. Go do this.
I never finished. I played about 100 hours on Morrowind. I never finished it. I played about 30 hours on Skyrim. I never finished it. I only finished Oblivion because my brother was giving me crap one day. He was like, oh, I finished it. You couldn't finish it? So I went and finished it in about an hour because I've been playing it for 50 hours and my character was leveled up.
You just cakewalked it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right that the storyline is an annoyance more than anything in those games. You don't want to go through it. It's not interesting.
No, it's not. There's so much...
Yeah,
it's such a rich world. and it's so well brought together, which is why I can understand all the bugs in it. But yeah, I mean, with the dragon fights, I just usually sat there and took pot shots of them with a bow and arrow and just worn them down that way. Always seems to work for me.
Oh, you miserable bugger. Get
No.
in there and get stuck in.
No, bow and arrow, mate, all the way. Take them down in seconds.
So did you guys play on your 360 with your Kinect, wandering around yelling "Fusro da" into the TV?
Of course I didn't.
To feel like a complete twat.
What do you take me for?
My wife thinks I'm sad enough as it is.
Oh, I'm going to put an overlay of the world's smallest violin. That's all right.
Go for it.
That's it. The one last thing on your list, I've never heard of this, which is probably because of what's in the brackets, but would you mind telling us?
Yep. So this is, it's more like watching than playing, but you do kind of play. It's called Salty's Dreamcast Casino, and it's a video stream fighting betting game. So essentially, they stream major fighting game tournaments, and you can bet virtual currency from the website on who's going to win.
Right.
But that's kind of the side issue. That's pretty boring. What the real main event is between tournaments. They leave it on a constant 24 hours a day stream, and it's streaming Mugen, which is like a free open source fighting game engine for PC where people have made thousands of characters for it. So like all kinds of copyrighted characters that they really shouldn't be using, like Spider-Man and Master Chief and everyone in between from Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and everything you could possibly imagine. There's a character in Mugen for it that someone's made.
Right.
So they stream Mugen with random settings on these thousands and thousands of characters with the AI fighting each other. And people just watch, like thousands of people at any moment. If you go to the website, are watching right now, and it has a betting phase where it shows you the characters, who's going to play out, and you bet on who you think is going to win, and then it determines the odds, and you just watch match after match after match. And there's been so many funny matches. It's actually starting to take a serious amount of my time is to watch, because the people watching are betting and trying to trick you in the chat into betting on the person that they don't think is going to win to improve their odds. So everyone's yelling, oh, it's fake Ryu. It's the fake Ryu character. It's not the real one, fake Akuma. And all this kind of crap to try and trick you. Oh, it's the real MS Paint, the real Dragon Ball Z character, the real, Goku. And you just watch and you bet and you play, and it's pretty great. But one of the funniest things is all of the anime characters tend to be this double-edged sword where you almost never want to bet on them because they're constantly charging their attacks. And it's all AI-driven, so you never know what the AI is going to do. They might spend the whole match, if they're a Dragon Ball Z character, they might spend the whole 60 seconds just charging and not actually hitting the other guy. So they might be able to one-shot the opponent, some MS Paint character that someone's drawn in from Mugen and they've given them like a fighting attack, or it's Brian from Family Guy and he can't even fight properly, but the Dragon Ball Z guy is just charging the whole time. So it's pretty amusing.
I will have to obviously check this out for science. Just to see what it's like and probably get obsessed with it as well. It sounds pretty good.
It's so funny.
It does. It sounds fantastic. I'm going to check that out. Now, Rob, what's going on with you?
All right, a couple of quick ones because they've appeared same as last week. I have finally, I won't say completed, I have finished or I've unlocked most of the levels on Stealth Inc. I'm going to regain my sanity and put that bastard down.
Good.
It's insane. I'm also finishing up Drive for San Francisco and still enjoying it. It's still ridiculous fun. It's not a great game, but it's fun. That's what games are meant to be about. So I've been refocusing my attention on other titles. I have played a game called Pixel Junk Ultimate HD on my Vita from Double 11 Studios. What a great little game. Now, I knew nothing about this game when I first got it. I got a review copy. Very, very nice people over. Yep, it's always nice to be given a review copy. It's a typical... It's almost like a Japanese manga style monster tower defense game. And it's brilliant. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you why. It's so... I won't say basic. That gives it a misconception. It's simple, yet...
Is it relaxing?
I wouldn't say relaxing. It's compelling. It is difficult. It drives you forward. There's no particular story to it, but that's not the point. You're a shepherd, or you look after these creatures. If the monsters get you creatures, they eat them and kill them. You have 20 creatures, and you try and complete the level with all 20 still being there. And you can uproot trees and replace them with catapults and with bows and arrows, cannonballs, and each different type of tower has particular strengths and weaknesses. So the bow and arrow, for example, is relatively good all round. The cannonball is only good at attacking ground-based enemies, but the assault cannon is only good at, when I say good, can only tackle air-based enemies. And as you progress, you can level them up, and they do all sorts of bits and pieces, and you can unlock new towers. It's all good stuff. Thoroughly entertaining. Really, really good. I couldn't tell you why. I really couldn't put my finger on it, because it is just a tower defense game. But it's good on the Vita. So yeah, go have a look for it. It's Pixel Junk Ultimate HD. I'm sure it's got a monster in there somewhere, but it's good. And the other one I've been playing is When Vikings Attack, which we got as part of PS Plus this month. Did you get that down in Oz?
I don't actually have PS Plus, so I'm not sure. I'll have to check it out. Sorry.
No, that's fair enough. When Vikings Attack is definitely a European PS Plus issue. Got a copy, been playing it, didn't know what to expect, knew nothing about it. And when I started playing, I didn't know what to expect. And I wouldn't even know how to describe this game in terms of genre. You basically run around as a mob in a British town or village or summer fair, wherever. You pick up various pieces of bric-a-brac, and you throw it at the rampaging horde of Vikings trying to take over your village and knock them out.
Knock them out.
Cool.
Kill them.
It is completely random. You can pick up park benches, you can pick up nuclear bombs, you can pick up cars, you can pick up lampposts, you can pick up cream teas, and you just lob it at these rampaging horde of Vikings.
Why would you lob a cream tea at a Viking?
I don't know. It was a cream tea. No, it was an ice cream. A giant fiberglass ice cream cone. So it's like a top-down isometric style game. The left stick moves them around. The right stick controls the direction of which you throw stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's very basic. It's incredibly good fun. Very squarely aimed at British sense of humour. I don't know if it localises particularly well. But from a British perspective, it reminds me of Hot Fuzz.
Right, okay.
In terms of the style, if you can imagine playing in that sort of village, but instead of homicidal maniacs, you've got hordes of rampaging Vikings.
Everyone looks a Viking.
Everyone looks a Viking, exactly. But no, it's an incredibly fun little game. Oh, and occasionally I have the odd round of tennis on Virtua Tennis 4.
I love Virtua Tennis. Those games are just, they last forever.
Yeah.
You can't stop playing them when you go. If you got mates around as well, multiplayer is just amazing.
I'm just impressed at how good it is on the Vita.
Oh, it's actually, yeah, it's super smooth. It's 60 frames a second on Vita as well, which is really great.
Please don't make me buy a bloody tennis game.
We'll make you buy a Vita first, mate.
No, you're never going to make me buy a Vita. Never. I've got a good computer. You can stick your Vita up your ass.
I always say for me, a Vita is a function of lifestyle, not the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, you travel on train a lot, and I don't.
Exactly. So, yeah, but I mean, that's what I've been playing. There has been other stuff, but I shall come onto it under Arrested Development.
Fantastic. Now, we're going to take another break.
Ooh.
our incredibly short break to check our signal quality. Now for rose-tinted glasses. Now, neither me nor Rob have anything for this section, but thankfully